Hello there guys, welcome back to another video on football forensics. I do hope all of you all are having a great day today. So in today's video we are going to be sort of reviewing and rating Chelsea's transfer business with an emphasis on the Chelsea outflows. Now before we do begin, if you do find this type of Chelsea related content interesting, please do consider subscribing and hitting the bell notification to be notified of future uploads. Anyway, with all that out of the way, let's get into it. Okay, so starting off, this transfer window has to be one of the most effective ones Chelsea have had in recent history, because not only have the Blues managed to secure the signing of Romelu Lukaku from Inter Milan, who is without a doubt going to solve the issues Chelsea have had in the past with actually converting the chances in front of goal. Apart from Lukaku, they have also managed to secure the signings of Saul Niguez on a season-long loan, as well as Bettinelli, who will come in and act as the third-choice goalkeeper. Saul arrived to Chelsea from Atletico Madrid for a fee of just 5 million euros, and Chelsea will be able to exercise an option to buy him at the end of this season for just 40 million euros. Now, Saul's addition to this squad is going to be a superb asset to Thomas Tuchel, because he does bring in a lot of versatility to this already talented midfield setup, and Tuchel will be able to experiment with Saul all around the midfield. Okay, so some pretty exciting news in terms of additions to the Chelsea team, and the likes of Lukaku, Saul and even Bettinelli are going to without a doubt improve this already talented Chelsea team. However, the best thing about this transfer window is the fact that despite spending £108 million in terms of inflows to the Chelsea team, Chelsea have managed to actually make a profit by letting go of several fringe players, and as a result generating an income of £110 million. And in today's video we will be talking about these sales by Chelsea FC to sort of understand how they generated such an eye-watering amount of money. And the first Chelsea sale we will be talking about in today's video would be Tammy Abraham's move to AS Roma. Now, Tammy Abraham was a Chelsea academy player who managed to break into the first team under Frank Lampard, and he was a very important member of that squad, as his contributions did help Chelsea reach the top 4 position. However, after the arrival of Thomas Tuchel, he sort of lost his place in the Chelsea team and was as a result sold to AS Roma for a fee of £34 million. Now, when this sale was made, there were a few Chelsea fans who were a little bit worried, because in the past Chelsea had let a few talented players leave for a very small fee, such as Lukaku, De Bruyne and even Mohamed Salah. However, Chelsea seem to have thankfully learned from these mistakes, because this time around they have inserted a buyback clause for Tammy Abraham for a fee of just 80 million euros, which would be a really worthwhile price for Chelsea if he does become a success in the Serie A. The second Chelsea player we will be talking about today is Fikayo Tomori, who did leave to AC Milan for a fee of £26 million. Now, I do know that similar to the Tammy Abraham transfer, there were a few Chelsea fans who were a little bit upset by the sale of Fikayo Tomori, especially because there was no buyback clause included. However, I personally do not think that this will be an issue, because with the way the current Chelsea defenders such as Rudiger, Andres Christensen, Trevor Chalobah and the rest are playing, I just do not think Fikayo Tomori would have had much of an impact at Chelsea, and I personally do think that this was a good bit of business by the club. Now, like Tomori, there were a lot more sales from the defense by Chelsea FC, consisting of both fringe players as well as academy players. Now, among the academy players that were sold, the most talked about one was the sale of Marc Guehi to Crystal Palace for a fee of £20 million, which I personally do think is a great deal for a 21-year-old who has just featured twice for the Blues in the Carabao Cup. Apart from Marc Guehi, Tino, livermento, yet another Chelsea academy defender, was sold to Southampton for a fee of £5 million. Among the Chelsea defenders that were sold, there were several key players from the Antonio Conte era, such as David Zappacosta as well as Victor Moses. Victor Moses was sold to Sporting Moscow for a fee of around £4.5 million, and David Zappacosta was sold to Atlanta for a fee of €8 million. And of course, the most prominent departure was that of Kurt Zouma, who did make a £30 million switch to West Ham in order to fund the Jules Koundé deal. However, after that deal did collapse on deadline day, Chelsea may be a little bit short in defense, and as a result, it will be interesting to see whether Thomas Tuchel will add a replacement for Kurt Zouma from the Chelsea academy. Apart from the many sales in the Chelsea defense, there were also sales from the positions of forwards as well as midfielders, as we did see Olivier Giroud leave to AC Milan for a fee of €1 million, and we also did see Ilkay Ugbo leave for a fee of £5 million. Apart from these permanent transfers, there were a few loan deals for many of the Chelsea fringe players such as Emerson, Bakayoko and many others, which did help Chelsea generate an income of £110 million in sales. which is an absolutely incredible bit of business by the Chelsea board. So a lot of credit must be given to Marina Granovskaya and the rest working on these Chelsea transfers, and without a doubt the board will be waiting patiently until the January transfer window to reinvest some of these funds in the likes of Jules Koundé and many others. And I do hope the Chelsea hierarchy stick to this type of business approach in the transfer windows, investing only in quality players and letting go of the fringe players for reasonable sums. Anyway, do let me know your thoughts on Chelsea's business during the 2021-22 transfer window. And please do drop a like if you did find this video useful. Stay safe, and I will catch you guys in the next one.